Insiders on NBA Bet with Off-Play FanDuel Fridays on NBA TV.
Welcome back to Game Time. We take a look at the Lakers since acquiring Luka Doncic. Last time I checked, if you're 11-2, that's pretty dang good. Third during that span, field goal percentage, 8th during that span, threes made, 10th, and rebounds, 7th. Call it Luka luck or...
You got the wrong stat up.
What's the other side of the coin?
I'm mad at our stats people upstairs. The offensive number are not the numbers we're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
So upstairs it should be all defensive numbers.
I mean, they've been doing something right.
They should be all defensive numbers. So upstairs, you know, I love y'all upstairs, but if they play the defense the way they're playing now, then yes, everybody's going to be in front of you. Like, okay, LeBron and Luka. The offense, we're not worried about that. They're two of the best offensive savants we've ever seen touch a basketball, and they're reminding us of that every game. Can Jackson Hayes play defense like this these last 15 games in first and second round of the playoffs? Is LeBron willing to play power forward? When the playoffs get here and it's getting nip and tuck, LeBron has to play more power forward. Is he willing to do that?
They say defense wins championships, 3.
And if they're doing that, then it's not surprising.
Yeah.
It's the defensive side of the ball. The offensive numbers, I already knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they're both that good offensively.
Yeah.
Now, Gabe Vincent, Ken Vanderbilt, who made a couple corner threes the other night, can you make those threes game 2 on the road or game 1, you're at home because right now you're second in the West. Can you make those shots? Whatever game it is. When the lights are bright, when they're going to double-team LeBron and Luka and make them make passes, which they're willing to make, are you going to make those shots then? That's what we're waiting to see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But right now they're on a 7-game winning streak. The Lakers definitely doing something right. It's working between Luka and LeBron right now. Q, what's surprised you the most in these last 13 games since they have acquired Luka Doncic?
Just what 3D is saying, the defense they've been playing, like the way that those guys have been at pulling triggers, playing for each other, selling out, buying into the scheme and the game plan. And like you said, you see guys playing multiple positions, playing out of positions. You know what I'm saying? Jared Vanderbilt has been at the 4 and the 5, and everybody's chipping in. I think that's the biggest thing is that everybody kind of feels a part of it. Everybody's doing their part. Yeah. And it's a collective effort, man. And I have to say again, JJ and the staff have put together a masterful scheme to play because they really playing kind of a hybrid of small ball. Like Jackson gets out there a little bit, but then they come in with Vanderbilt, and you got him kind of at the 5, LeBron at the 4. So they kind of adapted to that and leaned into that. And if they can continue to play that way and run and gun, it's going to be very interesting when they get into a series with whoever they get into it with.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see it. And also when you have a guy like LeBron James who just scored his 50,000th. I said 50th. 50,000 career point.
I don't think nobody touching that 3D.
The consistency there.
That's what you got to think. He ain't never missed no whole year, nothing.
How many guys can say they're going to play 20 years and go deep into the playoffs, but 17 of those 21, 22 years?
But it ain't even about. It ain't even about.
Back there, Dave's like, LeBron's gone deep in the playoffs. I think 17 of his 22 years. I think only 5 years he hadn't gone deep.
But you got to also, while you doing that, you got to string together, an 8 to 10 year stretch where you high 20s and almost 30s. You see what I'm saying? They ain't just playing 20s.
I don't think he's ever averaged less than 24.
You got to have high 20s and damn near 30s to get close. Like, hey, man, I don't think that's getting touched. Yeah. I don't think that one getting touched, y'all.
I mean, and LeBron's continuing to play. I mean, I feel like time's not working against him, which is unbelievable.
The only thing I will say as we're having fun with this conversation, there may be another LeBron James down the road because we didn't see LeBron James coming. And that's the fun part about the future and the way medicine is and how we know back-to-backs, how the game has changed for the next generation. It could be another guy. Because when LeBron came into this league, it was like, man, he's really, really good. Did we see this 22 years later to our conversation we're having right now?
No.
Crazy.
That's what makes this conversation so much fun.
He's Benjamin Buttoning the NBA right now. But
please appreciate it, guys. Please appreciate people at home.
Hey, Luka, follow that cab. Wherever he go work on his body, go ahead and hop in and follow that cab. If LeBron's spending 1.5, you just spend $3 million on your body to take care of your body, Luka. Follow that cab, Luka.
Now, on the other side of things, I mean, we're talking about the Lakers like they're second in the Western Conference, but the Suns, when you look at a team like the Suns, they're 3-7 in their last 10 games. I will say they did have a really big comeback win against the Clippers last night. But we saw KD have a little incident with Budenholzer. I mean, you said that's nothing. That's nothing. But at the same time, it's like, where do we expect them to go in the future? Because obviously, heading into this season, expectations were so much grander for the players that they have on this team, and they've not lived up to the expectations so far this year.
Q, I don't know about you, but I never thought it was the right expectation. You bought 3 individuals that are unbelievable scorers. KD is going to be in a different conversation of scorer when it's at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Book is still building on his resume, if you will. And Bradley Beal is kind of phased off a little bit. Not the Bradley Beal we saw earlier in his career with the Wizards. So what happened is you got so top-heavy, your bench wasn't good enough. You didn't have the right floor. As much as I love Ty Jones, you didn't have the right floor general running the show. So I didn't expect the Suns to be that good this year, if we're being honest with our viewers, because the whole team wasn't constructed the right way.
I'm guilty. I was thinking they were going to be better.
Okay.
I mean, listen, I thought Jones would help out, distributing the ball. But for whatever reason, things haven't gone that way. This mix of talent has not really worked out for them. And when you look at what they paying for, you obviously know, playing in the league, being around the league, you know that changes have to come, because if you can't win and you paying 3 guys that much money, it's not good for you as a team, as an organization. And like you say, I can't put my finger on why it hasn't happened that way. It's just one of those things. It just hasn't worked out.
It'll be interesting because the Dallas Mavericks right now sitting in that 10 spot. So the Suns are probably looking at them. They're like, ooh, we have a chance of getting into the play-in
Portland right on their tail, too.
Yeah, Portland's on their tail.
So Q, big picture, James Jones, if we're being honest to our viewer, had to sit down with Matt ESPN and say, where do we want to go for the future? Because we have these 3 guys. We don't have too many draft picks last time I checked for the Suns. So you don't have a lot of cap space to go out and bring. So KD's always been talked about. You're not moving Book. Bradley Beal has a no-trade clause. James Jones is stuck. If you're trying to build for the future, I don't know what they do this summer when they sit in their think tank and try to figure out how do we improve this team for the future.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, but again, that's why they make the big bucks, big dog. You know what I'm saying? They got to make the big decisions. They
don't pay us that kind of money.
You know what I'm saying? And they got to wear it. So, I mean, JJ, you my boy, man. I'm with you. I wish you luck with this one. Yeah. My old teammate there.
Do you think right now the Suns make the play-in?
I do. I think they got a chance. I know that Portland is right there on their bumper and they fighting for it, but I think with everything going on in Dallas and Phoenix having a sense of urgency, they should be able to squeeze that. I mean, Phoenix does have one of the toughest remaining schedules, but I mean, you got Kevin Durant, you got Devin Booker. Y'all can string something together.
Yeah.
Brad Beal.
Hopefully they use whatever energy, whatever people want to overblow what Bud and KD went through. That was a big win last night. I know the Clippers, I think they have Norman Powell last night as well, but you still got to win at home and come back from 25.
Every win is big right
Bingo.
now.
I agree. I agree.
Needed and big.
Hey, it's so nice. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. The Lake Crew is coming in after this. For Q Rich, for 3D, I'm Lauren Jabara. We got more games, more action coming your way on Game Time.
Get well soon, Kyle. Uncle Drew.
Welcome back. More bad news for the Dallas Mavericks when Kyrie Irving Monday night ends up tearing his ACL. He's going to be out the remainder of the season and maybe even to the beginning of next season as well, a 6 to 8 month recovery for an ACL strain. Nico Harrison spoke yesterday on it. He said Kyrie is the heart and soul of this team. He has embraced the city of Dallas as his home and our fans as an extension of his own family. His work ethic and absolute dedication to his craft, it's cut from the cloth of greats. I know it, I lived it, and I see the same ferocity and passion in him that I saw in Kobe. All my thoughts and that of our staff are with Kyrie and his family, and we are confident that he will come back from this stronger than ever. But such terrible news for the Dallas Mavericks. Obviously, going to him is their sole point guard with the loss of Luka to the Lakers. But then you also don't have AD. He's played in only one game for this Mavericks team before he strained his adductor. We don't even know if he's going to be coming back for the rest of the season. But 3D, just your thoughts on this injury and how this affects this Dallas Mavericks organization, because right now those fans aren't very happy with how the team is handling things.
No, I'm going to tell my age on this one for all the people listening. There's only one person hated more than J.R. Ewing right now in Dallas. That's Nico Harrison because of that trade. And on the flip side of that, you feel for Kyrie because you know how great of a player he is and what he's gone through to get back on the top of the mountain for people to love him for what he's been through. And the same thing with AD. We know AD's history. We know how good of a player he is. We've never questioned anything about his talent, what he brings to the table. I go all the way back to his championship game in Kentucky, Q, where he told Cal, I can't make a shot. I'm just going to rebound and block shots and not worry about scoring. What young kid does that at that point in their career? So all that being said, Dallas is in a tough spot because we can play doctors on TV. We've all known players that have had injuries before, ACL, some come back.